Yes, the creative process part three, I believe. I don't know, I didn't check. Anyways, but I've been working on this project, and the topic, a huge topic of the project, and probably the biggest topic of the project, is what everybody likes to talk about when it comes to self analysis and philosophy, psychology. I don't fucking know. Ego. And I've been wanting to speak about this because this is like a huge thing that I've learned in the way it shows up. I'll just get right into it. Like, I've noticed when it comes to ego, like, I have like a very, 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 very big ego, right? And which seems kind of weird because, like, if you asked, like, the people around me, like, oh, is he egotistical? They'd be like, no, like, he's not egotistical. Like, well, maybe some people would say that, but for the most part, people are like, no, he's cool. He's not, whatever. But what I've kind of come to terms with, and why I'm making this video and why I'm putting it in there, is that ego can show up in different ways. And I never thought I had like a really big ego until I realized that ego doesn't just show up in the way of just grandiosity and having everybody know, you know, trying to make everybody think some, like, it doesn't just show up in a extravagant way as you would see in movies or whatever. Egotistical, narcissistic people always talking about how great they are and shit like that. Nah, ego shows up in so many different ways, and for me, I'm going to talk about it in this way where, like, for me, ego shows up in just not wanting to improve, like thinking that I am better than I am, and then other people are wrong. And it also shows up in not being self-aware or like honest with myself about it. A huge thing about ego is obviously your perception, and when it comes to ego, for me, I do a lot for my perception to not show that I have an ego, which is ego, which is fucking egotistical. I want to come off as a person who's humble and is not egotistical when in reality I'm comparing myself to people all the time. I fucking hate when people say no to me. Like, I really, like, hate it. And I'm not even emotional enough to talk about this topic. And I also feel like I have to fucking say this perfectly because there's absolutely so much I could describe when it comes to my life about this shit. But just know, I'll just give you like a little example. Tonight, we had a soccer game and I played like shit. I played like fucking shit, right? And one of my friends on my team, he just kept saying, pick your head up. Like, you got to look for different passes. Like, you got to pick your head up. And I fucking hated it so much. Like, I actually hated it so much. Even though he was right. Like, I didn't give a fuck. It was just the fact that somebody else was telling me something I need to improve on. It just really, really pissed me off. And I just wanted to avoid that person. I just wanted to avoid them. And this is fucking psychotic, dude. This is fucking psychotic. And I see this a lot. And I fucking hate when people say no to me. I fucking hate when people tell me what to do. And I try to play it off like, oh, like, I'm not an asshole. Like, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, of course, And it just feels that like any criticism that I receive at all, I just take it as like a direct shot to my identity, and I compare myself to people, and it's like it's really fucked because, like, I don't know. I think about it, and like when people say shit to me, I don't know. I could be feeling so good in the moment, and one thing could slip up, and somebody could tell me to stop talking. Somebody could tell me to, and I won't stop thinking about it at all. I have a very fragile ego, you know, and it also comes with the way I portray myself. Like, I portray myself to, not even have an ego at all, but like I am unbelievably egotistical, and it's so bad to the point where any minor damage to my ego will lead me into a huge spiral, a huge existential crisis about who I am and how I can't give up and I gotta give myself a fucking pep talk, and it's ridiculous and it's so fucking pathetic and nobody wants to like admit that. But I've noticed, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this the best way that I can, but I've noticed that when it comes to ego, it's kind of like a different scale of worth, you know? You now care about being good at things, your role and relationship to the people around you in society and shit like that, where you fit in, who you are, blah blah blah. It's like, for example, it's like the gym. Like the gym isn't really something to improve your health. The gym, when you have an ego, is to look good, feel good, be the biggest guy, you know? Be strong, want to be able to fight people. And that's honestly like the fucking worst part, dude. And when it comes to ego, like I just like, oh my gosh. Like the only part of the reason why I go to the gym is because I'm so paranoid all the time, and I just want to get stronger. So like, because I'm always worried that someone's gonna try to fight me. I don't know. That's really fucking weird. But like, yeah, any little joke that people crack at me, any little, I try to ignore it. That's my way. That's like the way. It's like instead of just like addressing it about how my ego was extremely bruised, I just ignore it. I try to play it off like nothing happened. Oh my gosh, and it's so bad to the point where it's like I avoid people. I literally avoid people all the fucking time. It's like I can't be honest with people about how I actually feel most of the time. This is the biggest topic that I'm going to be talking about because there's so much to say, and I never realized it for the longest time because I always had a certain idea of what somebody who has an ego looks like, you know, and I always thought that that wasn't me, which is also fucking ego. Anyways, but yeah, I just like I hate when people say shit to me. Hate when people say no. Um, my ego is extremely fragile, and gosh, dude, like it's so bad to the point where like I just get mad at professors telling me to do shit for them. You know, and I try to find some loophole as to why I'm the good guy and I shouldn't have to do anything and I'm fucking special. You know, but this shit has really fucked me up. It's fucked me up in my relationship a lot too. Whenever there's anything wrong, it's like, oh, I'm never at fault, you know? And a lot of the times I just like admit the fault and I don't even give a fuck. You know, not even just like my relationship, my friendships, whatever. It's like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And I just like don't change because it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me who I am, you know? And this is so narcissistic and so egotistical that like I don't even want to like describe everything in my life where this is just like came into play. It is just so bad. And yeah, this video is 8 minutes long. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna post it. Yeah, ego.